Hey guys, Trust5 Games here, back with another video! And today, boys, I'll be giving you one tip for every single hero in Overwatch, starting with Doomfist, farthest on the left. So, most commonly, a lot of people think Doomfist's most OP combo is uppercut and then Seismic Slam, which is pretty good. It does good 86 damage most of the time, 84. But I can assure you that is not his most OP combo. I'll do his most OP combo really slow. So it's Seismic Slam, punch, uppercut, and then punch as many times as you need to, and or finish it with a rock punch. So here's what it looked like on a normal target. So Seismic Slam, punch. That is Doomfist's most OP combo. Also, a good tip is Rocket Punch. Actually, one punches people through Transcendence if they're like squishy enough, so make sure you keep that in mind if a Zen's using trans. No, not everyone is safe, just so you know, boys. Next hero on the list is Genji, and the tip for Genji is to melee, or sorry, not melee, secondary fire before every single ability use. So secondary fire, shift or dash, whatever your dash is. You also secondary fire deflect, like that. It just gives you some extra damage. And last but not least, secondary fire before Dragon Blade is crucial, because then you can usually one-shot. Well, if you get a headshot, you can usually just one-shot the target right after you use Dragon Blade. That wasn't a good demonstration. So let me just show you one again, because that target was low. Alright, here's going to be a better demonstration. Use secondary fire, and then Dragon Blade right away, and you can usually get a one-shot without dashing or having to do 2 slices, which is very nice. Also, another good tip for Genji is, a lot of people don't know it, but you can like kind of animation cancel his melee with his dash, so it looks like that. You'll get a good extra 25 more damage off, which is kind of nice if you're trying to kill someone. Also, when nanoed, your blade can one-shot people through Transcendence if you blade and then you like dash and then slice right away, which is also kind of nice if you have Nana and they have Zen, who always counters your blades. Next up is McCree. And what a lot of people do is they don't like to use left click, because a lot of people say it's for like no skill McCrees, but actually left clicking can come in handy sometimes. Like, for example, a Winston puts his bubble like in a very like populated spot, let's just say on the map. And if you have like an Ana or something that needs that barrier to be gone, you can, if you left click like that, roll, and then left click again, his bubble will be left at, I think, 50 health only. Also, don't go for a big high noon. High noons can be used to, they're good to kill 1 or 2 people, or you could always, if you're running low on bullets, like let's just say you're at 1, you can always cancel the high noon and get full bullets back, which is good if you're good at aiming with McCree. Next up is Pharah. Now, I see the low level Pharahs, they usually like jump jet and then just like hold their fuel, which is not very good, because you'll just be hovering down and you rely too much on your jump jet back, and then all the fuel's basically gone again. So at about like, you're waiting on like a 3-second cooldown for your jump jet when you get on the ground. But when you're Pharah on the ground, you're really easy to kill, and she just becomes useless. Basically, well, not useless. It's just she doesn't have her full effect as in the air, because her kit is made to be used while she's in the air, which is, and it's also an advantage to most of the heroes in the game, because only usually hit scans are usually the most effective against her. So if they don't have a hit scan, just Pharah's very good. Also Boop, You don't want to boop right on someone. You want to boop next to them so they get booped off. And barrage isn't very effective if you're far away. Like that. It's better when you're close up. So that was far. Now it's Reaper. Obviously, what you want to do with Reaper is obviously get close. Don't. You can get some chip damage off like that if you're far away, but obviously most effective on tanks. You can cancel reload animation by meleeing like that. See, I got just full ammo. I'll just demonstrate it one more time. Oh, like that. And then you can also kind of animation cancel your melee. Or like not animation cancel, I guess, just you know, shoot and then melee. And then that actually can, if you get a headshot, it can actually one-shot a lot of the heroes in the game. Also, what I forgot to mention is when you're using teleport, just be careful, because if someone on the enemy team sees you, you become very vulnerable, and they can call it out and just focus you down and just kill you instantly, which isn't very nice. Next is Soldier 76. So when Soldier, I like to burst shot almost. If you play Fortnite, you'd probably know what a burst is. So you don't just, if you miss, you don't just want to hold it, because you won't hit too many shots like that. You want to burst until you start hitting shots and then hold it down, because then your thing will be more focused on the like that, instead of missing and then holding it. Because it's just more effective, because when you, like, let's say you're focusing down like an Ana or something, and then you see a Pharah come up that none of your team can kill, you can't go like that, because the spread's already way too big to shoot a Pharah. So you want to burst, you start hitting that girl, and then you see a Pharah, and then you burst again. So yeah, that's my tip for Soldier. I don't really play Soldier that much. And then if a Tracer tries to get up really close to you and kill you, Helix melee will actually one-shot her. So just keep that in mind. Also, Soldier's Tactical Visor is a very good zoning ult. So if you have like 99% on a capture point, you can tac visor, and even if they don't want to show yourself, it's still a good zoning ult. And reload right at the end of tac visor, so because it's a faster reload time or reload animation, so you can start shooting right after and have full magazine. Next is Sombra, and basically Sombra actually has a it's best to follow a specific EMP kind of there's like a order that makes it the best and most effective. It's, if you're invis, you want to throw, decloak, teleport, and then EMP, because then if you're doing invis and you throw it and then you teleport, you have to decloak and then EMP. So that gives the enemies reaction time, and they'll be able to react to it. So basically, you want to cloak, throw, decloak, teleport, and then EMP to make it less, to give the team less time to counter it. So yeah, that's my Sombra. Next is Tracer. So the biggest thing for Tracer is learn how to animation cancel. So animation cancel is with both of your abilities. So blink. Let me just get an enemy really low here. You start the melee like that, just a melee, and then you blink into range. Play about at this range-ish. So you want to melee and then blink, because sometimes if you blink and then melee, it's a bit too slow. So you want to melee and then blink, because the damage will still get off if you do it right. So just play like right here and then just melee, blink. The other ability is way easier, I'd say. It's the blink and then recall. Now when I tell some people this, they actually think it doesn't exist because just it goes so fast and it doesn't even look like she's meleeing. But I'll show you like right here how fast it is, and you can't even see the melee. So that's how fast it is. And some people like say, oh, she's not even meleeing. I'll prove right now that she is actually meleeing. So this bot is in melee range. I'm gonna melee recall, and you barely will see me melee, and it'll still kill him. See? So that's good to use when you get a hero low, and then you're going in, and then you take some heavy damage. You just gotta blink in, recall out, like that. It's that simple. Next up is Bastion. So as Bastion, when you like are low on ammo, you can actually turn into Sentry, use a bit of time there, and then your ammo is actually fully recharged. So you basically want to use this to your advantage, so you can like move out of spots and still shoot. Because if you stay in the same spot as Bastion for like the whole game, it will become known to the enemies and they can focus on you easier. See, like, you don't want to do it too fast or else you won't get the reload. Yeah, so you want to always be moving, especially if they have a Tracer who you know has a pulse bomb. And yeah, if you're standing in sentry mode, you're just gonna get, it's an easy pulse bomb stick for her. Also, when using Bastion's ultimate, try and heal in between shots, because it will make you survive longer. And well, yeah, that's basically just it. It'll make you survive, because if the enemy team hears that, they'll try and focus you down, and that makes it easier to survive. So yeah. Now with Hanzo. So actually Hanzo is getting an ability change. So I actually don't have it, but what you want for that one is you can very easily focus down shields, and you can basically shred tanks with it also. So keep that in mind. Also, your sonar arrow is very good for you and your team, because it lets you know where the other team is at all times. Well, until the duration lasts out. So that's a very good ability. And for now, scatter. You don't always have to necessarily aim it off the ground like that. You can actually aim it off like the walls or like the roof. And that is also a very good, that's also still good. See, like, it didn't hit anyone there, but when it does, it's good because you don't always have to aim at the ground. And if someone's hiding behind a wall, you can just kind of shoot it in, and it'll hit someone like that. Also, Dragon Strike can be a good zoning ult if the opponent's at like 99, let's say. It's very good. Or it's good at getting double kills for some reason, because these are bots. So yeah, that's Hanzo. Junkrat. Okay, so obviously Junkrat has 2 mines now, so he can... Obviously the one-shot combo is very good. Also, if it's good to jump with one when in like diving someone, if you're that kind of Junkrat, he's good to have 1 mine down and then still have 1 mine, so you can shoot and then mine, and that will usually kill someone. Especially if your team refuses to have a Pharah counter, you can try and get her by concussion mining and then shooting at her close range like that, and then concussion mining him. That can kill her. And Junkrat, when you use his Riptire and it goes on a wall, it's actually less silent than when it's out here. So use that to advantage. Make it silent and then pop out of nowhere and just get some kills, you know? Like a Junkrat would. May, okay. So Cryo Freeze is obviously heals yourself, which is very good. But when engaging in someone like a McCree or Ana, you basically want to bait out their sleep or flashbang, and then they're dead. So like, let's just say flashbang there, and then he's an easy kill for you. Also, if someone's trying to like Earth Shatter or High Noon, just block them.
Let's see you get past this.
And you can cancel the wall with E at any time. Also, Cryo Freeze removes all the like debuffs from you. So if on a Bionage you can Cryo Freeze, Cryo Freeze, and it actually gets the anti-heal like out of you. Obviously, Blizzard is pretty good ultimate. Yeah, it actually takes the but the Cryo Freeze actually takes the debuffs off of you, so that's also good to use to your advantage when they have an Ana. The good old Torbjorn. Look at this golden gun. So basically, with Torbjorn, you obviously want to collect scrap because your armor, when on defense or on attack, I guess, your armor is very important to your team because then they can survive longer, and it's harder for the other team to kill them. And when your team has armor, basically the enemy team tilts. And yeah. Also, always have your turret on the move, because then it's less predictable. So let's say you have it over there, and then you can move it over to here, because then not everyone would know where the turret is. Also, if you have Molten Core up, you can always body block for your turret while you're getting it up to level 3 if it is level 1. So that's also very good to keep in note. Also, you can still throw on which is pretty good. And a lot of people underestimate the rivet gun, but it's actually a very powerful gun. See, look at the headshot. And then when you're close enough and you secondary fire headshot, it can actually one shot. So keep that in mind. His rivet gun is very underutilized and very, very good. So yeah, play the game, boys. Play the game. Widowmaker. All right. Obviously, aim for the head, but body shots are also very good in some situations if you can get the following body shot up. Also, the Venom Mine is a very sometimes underused item, but it's actually very good because it allows you to see an enemy through the wall like this, and you can just peek like you have infrasight. And when you have infrasight, it should be easy pickings. Like, you can see people through walls. Like, you basically wall hack. You should be able to kill like everyone. But yeah, just the Venom Mine is very good for a single target. So when you don't have infrasight up, you can easily kill someone because you basically have walls. Also, you can grapple hook and then press spacebar or X or A, whatever consular thing you're playing on, and that actually makes you go higher, and you can hit like a jumping headshot or something. So yeah, that's also very good to note as a Widow. Alright, so with Diva, basically her fire isn't very effective at long range. It's better at close range. Her burst damage is actually very underrated. Like, if you fly in while shooting and micro-missiling, it is just broken, basically. Try and eat ults. Like, if you know a Pharah has ult, save it, and then fly up in her face and eat it all. Or, like, if a Tracer has ult and she's going for, like, your Mercy or your healer, just try and go back there and eat it. And just protect them. Also, as some people know, melee can actually cancel her boosters like that and do a bit more damage. But if you're quick, melee actually doesn't cancel your booster, so you can get 2 melees in like that, and then you get even more burst of damage, which is very good. Also, if you send your Diva Bomb at the wall, it actually keeps boosting and goes like around the wall, which can be good for confusing your or not your teammates. That can be good for confusing your enemies. Okay, Orisa is very good at, like, she's a good shield tank. I don't know, like, she's a good shield tank. Her Fortify actually counters quite a few stuff. It's very good. it can counter Doomfist, like every single ability of Doomfist. It can counter a Reinhardt charge. So if Reinhardt tries to charge someone, just fortify and stop and tell your team to focus on them right away. Obviously, you can pull people off the map, which is good for those kind of maps. Also, your shield has very low cooldown, so keep that in mind. When in team fights, your shield is very important. And coordinate a big push with the supercharger, because you do big damage with the supercharger. So yeah. Alright, Rhine. So your Flame Strike is on cooldown for only 6 seconds. So just keep that in mind, because Fire Strike is very good for getting ult charge. Be careful not to suicide charge, because your team will get kind of mad if you just go in and suicide charge all the time. But when necessary, it can be good. But other than that, just protect your team. Especially if they have a Pharah, you can protect your hit scan so they can kill her easier. If they have a Reaper trying to focus you down, or like a Mei trying to freeze you, you can actually like jump. Okay, so here you put down your barrier and then jump back and put your barrier back up. You can also do this jumping forward, side, or side, whatever direction you want to. So it basically just makes you get further distance from the target. So let's say he's trying to come up, you just keep jumping around so he can't like focus you down that much. Also, Earth Shatter can be very good ult if used correctly. Also, when you Earth Shatter quite a few people, try not to charge only one, because that will only assure you one kill unless your team follows up. So Flame Strike most of them, so that does like 100 damage. Then if you swing like 2 times, it should kill them, which is enough time before the Earth Shatter ends. For Roadhog, since he got nerfed quite a while ago, when he got 5 bullets, his one-shot combo got a bit busted, but there is actually still a way. So you basically, here, let me find a full health target. So you basically hook someone in, and then you get a bit closer before you shoot, and then you shoot in melee right at their head. So like that. Let me show you one more time. So you hook, and you then you walk closer, and then you shoot. I'll show you one more time. Like that. So that's his one-shot combo. Also, his take a breather while walking, it can be very useful to get out of sticky situations. Also, you can survive while taking a breather. Since you take less damage, you can survive a Diva Bomb. You can soak Reaper's ult. You can also soak most of Pharah's ult and a Tracer Bomb. So you can actually survive a lot of ults in the game if take a breather is up. Also, you can hook Diva's Bomb, Pharah, or what was the other one? Reaper, to cancel their ults. Well, Reaper and Pharah's ult would get cancelled, and Divas, you just hook the mech. Be careful if you're hooking the mech, because you don't want to kill your team. That could be like where you're hooking her to. So you don't want to hook her near your team. If you're like close to an edge, you could like hook her mech and then like throw it off the edge. Or I don't really know. That's for you to decide how to use it correctly. For Winston, Winston is very good at like focusing down like healers and stuff. Basically, a lot of people don't know when to melee, so when using Winston, you wanna like quick melee, and it avoids reloading mid-fight, which is also good. Also, if the target has armor, it's very good to melee, because Winston's Tesla cannon damage gets like sliced in half when dealing against armor targets, so that's not good at all. Also, when you're landing from jump, melee, and it'll cancel the animation for melee. and it will do even more damage. Here, I'll show you a bit early. So this is what it should look like. So you should melee a bit later than that. Here, I'll show you. You won't be able to see the melee that well, but just know that I am meleeing. You could see it start up there and then kind of cancel, which is very good for getting extra damage. Also, you want to do a thing called, I call it bubble dancing. So basically, you want to go on the edge of your bubble when facing an enemy trying to get in your bubble, and you just kind of dance in and out like that. If he's shooting from you from the outside, go in their bubble. If he's trying to get inside, go outside of your bubble and just kind of dance around it. And if you want to do this while you're landing, you shift and you hold space to get to the edge of your bubble right away, so you can keep fighting. Here, I'll show it to you one more time. So basically, you want to jump. Pretend like you didn't see that. No one saw that. Also, Winston, his really good part is you punch someone and then jump with them and then punch them again during primal rage, which is very good. And I'll show you the bubble thing one more time. So look, I'm right on the edge of my bubble now, so I can do it. If you hold spacebar while he lands. Zarya, okay. Zarya's ult is definitely the strongest in the game when used right. So basically you want to just get up in people's face and get some charge. Also, she's very good against a roadhog, so when your teammate gets hooked, you can just save them and get 40 charge, definitely. Also, a good combo when someone gets close to you that a lot of people don't know about is the secondary fire and then melee. So like that, it doesn't look. It even did like 3 bars of damage when I'm no charge. So when you're like full charge, it will literally melt people. So that's very good to keep in mind. Secondary fire and melee, and then your beam is also very good. And if they have D.Va, she's a very good farming tool for all charge. Well, any tank is basically. Ana, okay. So for Ana, a lot of people misuse her Bionade. Also, you could try learning how to quick scope, because when a lot of people don't know this, but when I'll go back here for demonstration. When you're not scoped in, it actually takes travel time like that. But when scoped in, it takes no travel time, and you can hit people right on. So when trying to hit someone, quick scoping is the best way to do it. Also, a lot of Anas use Bionade as healing, but that's not always the case. You can go for like a big anti-heal, and when you do anti-heal them, you say, "Oh, big anti," or like they're all purple. I think that's what they say. And that's when you know your team can dive them and set up a coordinated dive so that their healers can't actually heal them very well. Also, Sleep Dart is very good against a lot of people. Also, Nano damage boosts them and makes them take less damage. Okay, Bridget. I haven't played Bridget at all, but basically what I know is to shield bash and then shift. What shift? Whip shot, and it will basically stun the enemy and then send them flying if they're trying to kill you. So like that, it's especially good for sending people off the map. Also, keep in mind that your ability doesn't always just heal; it also gives the armor. So yeah, armor can. So she's like a Torpedon kind of. And then, yeah, if you're in a sticky situation, use your shield to get out of it. Just like Reinhardt, just jump around, you know? And yeah. And when someone tries to get close to you, just whip them away. Like, yeet! Get away from me. Yeet! Lucio, okay. So, basically, when you jump off the wall as Lucio, you get a speed boost. Like that. So, when trying to go fast as Lucio, you don't want to hold on to the wall too long and then jump. You want to. A lot of good Lucios bind their jump key to something they can rapidly press like that. So instead of being like jump hold kind of and then jump hold and then jump again, you want to have a button where you can consistently tap and then tap really fast again, so like that, to get full speed. And then you can have some really good rollouts like that. Also, Lucio's very good for booping people off the map. And don't underestimate or don't underuse his speed boost, because it's very good for dives and stuff like that. So don't always have him on healing. Although healing is still really good as Lucio, just don't always have it on healing. Use speed boost sometimes. Mercy. So Mercy is a healer, obviously. You can damage boost people. Also, Rez has a cast time, but it has a reload time of 30, so you can res someone every 30 seconds, which is a very good ability. And then when you do have ult, you can either heal or you can go DPS like a savage. I'll just get the ult really quick and show you that it actually chain heals or chain damages. So if you focus on one target like this, you'll actually chain to this target also. So you don't have to like keep switching between, it will chain. So let me just get my ult real quick. So I have my ult. So basically Mercy's gun also has a reload, as you can see in the bottom right. You need to reload it. So when Valkyrie, you can see that chain. It's very faint. You can kind of see it between those two, and it heals both of them. Also, your gun has infinite bullets, so you can just go like, you can literally go ham if you want to. So yeah, don't be afraid to DPS Mercy, because DPS Mercy is so fun. And then yeah, just chain healing. Also, don't focus on one low target or else one will die. So just kind of like focus between the two of them if they're both getting shot, like this. Don't only focus on one low one. So yeah. Moira, okay. You don't wanna always damage or always heal, because that will waste both, or it will waste your heal very fast. So basically you wanna heal and then be damaging, you know, and then you wanna be healing and then you wanna be damaging. You wanna always go back and forth. You never wanna just stay at one. So heal, damage, heal, damage, heal, damage, heal, damage. Just a consistent. And if you're out of heal juice, don't be afraid to use the heal orb. And coalescence, a lot of people don't really know very well that coalescence actually heals. A lot of people just use it for DPS, which is pretty good, but it can also heal teammates pretty fastly. So don't underestimate that. I'll just show you really quick. These guys are about to die. What have I done? Moira! Okay, so as you can see, boys, I'm just gonna get my ult and show you a more realistic situation, you know? Alright, boys, the ult's here, and look, I'm gonna heal this guy pretty fast. See? Okay, that's better. Thank you, Moira. And it's also good for DPS, but it's also very good for healing. So yeah, use both. Just like your biotic grasp and then healing. Oh yeah, it's called biotic grasp for both. But yeah, just switch out all times. So yeah, no comment. Moving on to Zenyatta. Okay. All jokes aside, boys. So Symmetra, when charged, her beam actually does a lot of damage. So take that into consideration. When her beam's very charged, she can just melt through targets. Like Genji, she's Genji's worst nightmare. Also on defense or attack, if you really that person. Teleporter or shield gen is very good. If you're on a sticky situation, you want to use tele, but if you get it like right at the start, shield gen is also good, because then your team gets some extra shields and it'll be hard for them to die. So yeah, last and definitely not least is Zenyatta. Zenyatta is actually a very good hero. So basically his charge shot is very powerful. He has a healing orb and the orb of discord, which makes him take way more damage. Like this, I'll show you. Headshot. Oops. Headshot takes 3 headshots, but for this one, 2 headshots, which is very good. Also, you can kind of animation cancel his melee with his normal fire. Kind of lags, but that's what it does for everyone. Also, if charging a shot and see a target that's non-discorded, you want to shoot and then discord right away. Like, you shoot and then discord. So you can, if you end up killing them, the discord won't stay on, but you can see the animation kind of go like that. But if you don't end up killing them, dang it, if you don't end up killing them, it'll stay on them. So if you do hit them a few times, it'll be easier for you to kill them. Also, Trans, one of the best, or if arguably the best support ult in the game. Basically, you can counter almost everyone's ult. You can counter Forest Barrage, Reaper's Death Blossom, Zarya's Graviton Surge, Genji's Dragon Blade if not nanoed. You can't prevent from a Pulse Bomb unless it's stuck on you. You can prevent if you get in front of a Reinhardt in like an Earth Shatter while you're transing. You can actually body block for your teammate. And yeah, there's a lot of other usable, and you're invincible, but your teammates basically are, because your healing is just overpowered in trans. Unless obviously nano boosted Genji or Pulse Bomb. Is there anything else? I'm not too sure that anything else that can kill through the trans. But yeah, use that very wisely, because if you waste it, it opens an opportunity for a very good ult, such as Genji's normal Dragon Blade, because Dragon Blade is very powerful. Also, Forest Barrage, Reaper's Death Blossom, all those are become available and easy to use once Zen has used his trans. And also, don't get booped off the map, because you can actually die in trans. Yes, you can die in trans. I repeat, you can die in trance. So, if a Lucio, or be careful for Lucios or Orissas in side maps, like Ilios, or the one point on Li Shang. A few points on Li Shang. And then, yeah, just be careful in this match, because the worst thing for Zen is when you just get booped off. So yeah, don't get booped off! That's the video. That's all the heroes, boys. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this guide. Hopefully I gave you some nice tips. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.